Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here on Wlbt Plus First Alert Weather Edition. I'm meteorologist Chase Franks, and we're going to be talking about the tropics as things are starting to pick up out there, and it's all thanks to Invest 93L. Let me actually check the National Hurricane Center real quick before we get moving here, because I want to make sure that it hasn't been named yet. They'll usually put out an update here soon. Okay. So right now we are still tracking Invest 93L. So this is what we're going to be expecting here into your first alert forecast. So again, if you have any questions about this, don't be afraid to ask. I'll be going over all the details right here live. So right now, 40% chance, still 40% over the next 7 days. Also over the next 2 days. So again, we'll be keeping a close eye on it. This is what it looks like right now. Winds of 30 miles an hour, moving west-southwest at 7 miles an hour. Now, it will be making its way west. And again, this is where it starts to get a little bit confusing, and there's a big question mark on this system. So right now, still pretty high in terms of pressure, but it's definitely very good looking in terms of our live satellite radar. This is a look at when we'll be expecting it. Into the rest of the day today, it will be making its way through the Florida Peninsula, and when it does, it'll hit the Gulf. Now, where it comes out is the big question. Does it come out towards the Big Bend? Well, that will actually weaken it. If it comes out more towards Tampa, that'll strengthen it. So the ingredients into the Gulf are exponential right now. It's hot out there. Hot Gulf moist air is looking to definitely cause a lot of rapid intensification for some of these storms that do spin up into the Gulf. And then it's also low shear right now into the northern Gulf, which is not necessarily a great thing when we're tracking this system. So right now, if it does come out south, that's not a good look for us. We'll see a much stronger system coming out of Invest 93L. However, if it rides the northern track, mainly along the coastal areas, we are going to be expecting this to be bringing impacts for much of the coastal region. So coastal flooding could be likely, as well as the chance for it to actually be a weaker end storm. But still, the spaghetti models for this system still have it fairly consistent into the Florida area. So it's just a matter of where does it come out? Where will it come out is the big question mark. Will it take that southern dip? Will it ride the coast? If it does take that southern dip, we'll see that stronger storm. Regardless, they're all pretty good on timing. It's just the exact timing for us is now looking to be on Friday. Friday, it is looking to make landfall Thursday and into Friday more likely. It's just a matter of, does it take that southern track? If it does, we could see it into Saturday, or we could see it into Friday night. I just want you to be aware. We are still questioning a lot of things until it hits the Gulf. Once the system hits the Gulf, gains a lot of strength, we'll know exactly what's going on and the exact impacts. But a lot of the models, or a lot of the consistent models, have it actually riding along the coastal area and then beelining north, all thanks to a high pressure system developing off to the east. Here's it right now. We'll zoom in. It's very impressive. You can see that turning. You can see that surface low coming in into Daytona Beach and just north of Orlando. It still is fairly gusty. It will be making its way through. Right now, it is looking to be a little bit more on that northern track, which is good for us. Here at home, we're relatively quiet. This is a look at one of the model's opinions into what you can kind of be expecting. You see a lot of that turning. Again, even though it's riding along, you see the turning, you see the stronger rain. We'll see a lot of storms into Friday afternoon, possibly lingering into Saturday and Sunday, as well as that system does kind of dissipate off to our west. So that's really what we're focusing on here in the next little bit. This is a look at the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season names. Next up on the docket is Dexter. I do think it's likely that we could see Dexter into either the day today or tomorrow. It's just a matter of how strong will it get. This is another look at the forecast wind models for the Jackson Metro. Obviously, you live off to the south, you're more than likely going to be seeing some stronger winds. So right now, we aren't seeing tropical force winds or tropical storm force winds for us here in Jackson, Mississippi. The keyword there is Jackson, because I do think it's increasingly likely areas off to the south could see stuff like that. So here's a look at the sea surface temperatures. this is my biggest concern. If it does get out to that open water, the sea surface temperatures are hot. 87 into the central Gulf. That's not really what we want to see. It really just needs temperatures around 80, and that's well above that. So it's definitely warm. It's definitely moist. It's low in shear. So that's not what I wanted to show. But yeah, this is actually a good example of what we're looking at. If we do see a named storm, we do not want to be on the right side of it. So if it rides in on the track of it hitting central Louisiana, could see a higher end risk for some tornadoes. So again, I just want you to be aware of that. But the ingredients are going to be there for this forecast. It's just looking like that if it does ride south, it'll get over the warmer water above 80 degrees. It already has the converging winds aloft or the converging winds, and then it's going to be forcing that air up. The abundant moisture, it's there. We know that all those three ingredients are there. It's moving into a very low shear environment. So into that low shear environment, not necessarily a great thing. Whenever we talk about tropical development, we want a high shear. We really want a high shear. So should you be concerned is a question I've been getting a lot of this morning. I want you to stay weather aware. You don't need to follow all the emergency orders right now. Again, just stay aware. We're in between the planning stage and the aware stage. So we'll continue to bring you updates on that throughout the rest of the day today. There's one more graphic I wanted to show. Let me pull it up here real quick. I did not show it this morning, mainly because it didn't look too impressive. But let me pull that up real quick. Here we go. Okay. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I'm sorry that I got to damper the mood of this nice Tuesday morning with the chances of tropical development into the Gulf. So here's a look at the wind field with this system, or the possible wind field. Right now, we aren't really expecting hurricane strength, but look at that. There's a tropical storm, maybe some hurricane force winds in there. I mean, look at that right there. Let's zoom in. Actually, it's not looking like this morning, so this is not necessarily a good sign. I'll look at what model this uses actually here. Okay. So this is the graph. We're actually going to... Okay. So right there into Thursday. So this is the more southern track that we're looking at right now. I'm sorry for being a little quiet. I was analyzing this data live. Right there into Thursday morning, we're expecting it overnight, Wednesday and into Thursday. If it does go on that southern track, the graph has it on that more southern track before riding north. We could expect it to undergo rapid intensification. I mean, look at that. Oh, man. I did not see that this morning. But this has it coming in, making landfall overnight into Friday in central Louisiana. Again, this is just one model's opinion. Has it coming in as a hurricane? A couple models don't really have it coming in as a hurricane. So, again, I'm taking this with a grain of salt right now. Obviously, I think once we get into the Gulf, we'll have a much more clear picture into what we'll be expecting. I just want you to be aware that this is something that we will be looking at. I think tropical storm force winds in southwest Mississippi could be likely. So we're going to be closely monitoring that. That's just one model's opinion. Don't get scared just because it's saying a hurricane will be into the Gulf. I'm not sold on it yet. If it rides a more northerly track, which is looking increasingly likely it could, we could just be talking about a named storm, not a hurricane, still bringing widespread impacts for us here in Mississippi. However, if it does ride that southern track, we'll be the first to let you know if it does develop throughout the rest of the day today and into the day tomorrow. We'll have more details on that live and online, and we'll come back on in just a couple hours. Have a great rest of your morning. Stay safe. There is a heat advisory out there. It's hot and toasty. We'll have more details for you throughout the day today.